Now the one which you're using it yourself, वो investment होता ही नहीं है दीपाली. Like, on a very serious note, this year we are on the verge of closing around 650,000 homes, and it is supposed to be the best year of India. You will be very surprised, Dipali. By 2035, we are expecting real estate industry to touch $5 trillion. Say 10 years back, अगर ये अपन podcast करते थे, like, आपको 10 चीजें, आप एक lawyer को रखो, आप एक चार्ट अकाउंटेंट को रखो, आप एक पुलिस वाले को रखो, आप एक लीगल एडवाइजर को आपके साथ रखो, because there were so many permutation combination to fall into a trap. I think what you can rent, you should buy. Anyone who is watching this and is thinking कि कौन से इंडस्ट्री में मुझे फोकस करना है, if you have a choice, real estate is your place.
Hello everyone, this is Dipali from Millennium Times, and today we will discuss why real estate is the most profitable option. And to give us an expert advice, we have Mr. Chintan Vasani, founder and managing partner of Wisebiz Realty, a real estate market research, strategic planning, and closure management company which is headquartered in Mumbai. Chintan is a strong advocate of sustainable and conscious living. With Wisebiz Realty, he wants to maintain the legacy and superior quality, yet to build the category on the pillars of responsibility and sustainability. Well, hi Chintan, how are you doing today?
Hi Dipali, I'm doing super good, and a big hi to everyone watching this.
Right. So, Chintan, real estate is such a big business, right? It has several things from managing to buying, selling, investing, and then developing properties, right? So, you tell me, what are the different options in real estate?
Uh, so, Dipali, when you say real estate, I think I'm very proud to represent one industry which helps or supports over 250 industries, directly, indirectly. And at the end of the day, we make one product, that is real estate. So, whenever anyone asks me, like, what real estate, I always say you have to identify real estate into two parts: one which you are using it yourself, one which you are thinking about investment. Now the one which you're using it yourself, वो investment होता ही नहीं है दीपाली. Like, on a very serious note, your home or your office which you're personally using, tomorrow it becomes 10x, it becomes 20x. You don't care, because you're planning to stay there for at least 2 or 3 decades. Like, not one, then at least 2 or 3 decades. So that, of course, you have to make sure you are selecting an the home or a office at a very good location which suits your particular personal need. But when you think about investment, I think what you can rent, you should buy. So just buying something for the sake of buying it, it does not work like that. You have to understand the market, talk to a nice real estate channel partner, so that would help you take the decision, and that investment would actually make sense for you.
Right, right. Also, if we talk about the market, people look up to variations and stock and whatnot, right? So you tell me, what is the current market status of real estate? If we look upon the market, what is the status?
So, Dipali, after stock market, I feel real estate is one industry which is people say you are on you are booming, the industry is really doing amazing. But if you go through the stats, this year we are on the verge of closing around 650,000 homes, and it is supposed to be the best year of India for real estate. But now when you compare to China, they are on 1.2 crore homes, and this is the worst year. China usually sells 20% more homes than India, the residential homes. So I think it is just the start. I feel it would be a 20-year boom for the industry, and we are on the third year right now. Amazing things, lined up, and as we are moving towards the $5 trillion economy, you will be very surprised, Dipali. By 2035, we are expecting real estate industry to touch $5 trillion. Just the real estate industry. Today we contribute to around 7.5 to 8% to the GDP of our nation, and by 2037, we are expected to touch 15.4%. So these numbers are like, anyone who is watching this and is thinking कि कौन सी industry में मुझे focus करना है, if you have a choice, real estate is your place.
Right, absolutely. I think that is a big accomplishment for India indeed. And considering that China itself is a very big superpower and we have, overpowered China, I think it's a very nice accomplishment. Also, if we talk about the investments, right? There are various different kinds of investments like commercial, residential, new constructions, and etc. And each of these types will come with a unique advantage, disadvantage that we as an investor, we have to evaluate that. So if we talk about the future growth and investments mainly, tell me what is the future of real estate investments in the upcoming market?
Sure. So Dipali, a lot of real estate developer who are developing residential would want to kill me. But if you ask me, my favorite investment into real estate would always be commercial. The reason where I operate, I'm operating mostly in Mumbai, Maharashtra. So the rental incomes, what you get in a commercial property, is almost double of what you can get in a residential property. So for pre-lease properties, like Dipali, we insist people or our friends to buy properties which are already leased. They are getting, like, they buy a property on a Monday, the agreements and everything is sorted. On a Wednesday, they start getting rent out of it. I think that should be the kind of investment people should look into. There are fractional ownerships where you say a property is worth 1 crore rupees, but Dipali has 1 lakh rupees to invest. Dipali has just started. She wants to invest 2.5 lakh rupees of a 100 crore of a 1 crore property. So there are ways to buy फ्रैक्शनल ओनरशिप में आप उस प्रॉपर्टी को खरीद सकते हो. बहुत सारी अच्छी कंपनीज है. देर आर बैंगलोर बेस्ड स्टार्टअप्स, देर आर मुंबई बेस्ड स्टार्टअप्स, पुणे बेस्ड स्टार्टअप्स which are doing amazingly well. There are REITs where you can invest. So you can invest 2% of that particular property and you earn also 2% of whatever the company is making. And also very recently, if you remember, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, he spoke about InvITs. I was on a lot of news channels when people wanted to know, like, अभी real estate में तो invest करते थे, पर अभी highways में how can, like, someone invest into an highway? So government is really doing amazing things. InvITs, infrastructure developments में आप invest कर सकते हो. जैसे आप बोलो कि एक highway around 200 करोड़ का होगा, 0.05% of that highway, and whatever money that the highway is making through toll, through advertisement, that is how the InvITs pay you. So just research, go on Google, meet people. See, always go on Google, yes, but don't rely totally on WhatsApp University or Google. You need to meet people who know about that industry. You can go for first hand information of investors who are already investing. क्योंकि अगर आपको लगेगा कि रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर और रियल एस्टेट चैनल पार्टनर would suggest you things which are actually more of what they think, but then there are a lot of investors who would want to share their knowledge with you. So
Right.
investment, you have to understand वो कितने साल का investment है, सबसे पहली बात. And you can do good investment into real estate after RERA, which has happened from last few years. So now real estate investment is the safest portfolio, I personally think.
I think this information, and most importantly, you gave us the detailed information about all of these things. So that will be a great help for the viewers watching.
Thank you,
Also,
Deepali.
since you briefed us about all of these investments, now tell me about the return. First of all, how much return is good, and how to find your return on investments in real estate.
My suggestion to everyone who thinks about returns, I think returns हमेशा दो टाइप के होते हैं. One which you are getting every month and one which you can get after 5 or 10 years of selling the property. क्योंकि वो कभी कभी 2x 3x आपके रिटर्न आप भूल जाओगे. क्योंकि रियल एस्टेट में अगर आप देखोगे एवरी 5 to 8 years आपका पैसे का जो रिटर्न है दैट इज ऑलमोस्ट 2x. Any market that you study, a good market, I'm talking about Maharashtra. I operate mostly in Maharashtra. So there are few markets in North India, there are few markets in Gujarat, there are few amazing markets in South India which are doing phenomenal. So understanding the market is very much necessary, but I always suggest to everyone, आप जहां पे रहते हो उससे walk to that place in 2 hours if you are like, are into walking, and like 2 ghante ki duri should be the main thing when you are buying a real estate for investment, because you need to know what is happening every day. Second, rentals, you have to understand what aapke baju wala banda, if even if he is an investor, what kind of rentals is he getting. So there is a time when people who are investors, they have to unite. Suppose you are staying in one particular building, make sure there is a WhatsApp group of people who are renting it out or who are actually staying in the building. Whatever is happening, you know about it. There should be like a cartel of investors which will make things very easier for them. You will always say, चिंतन आप डायरेक्ट आंसर दो कि कितना परसेंट रिटर्न मिलेगा. दीपाली, ये चीज का एक्चुअल आंसर कोई डॉट में आपको नहीं दे पाएगा. बट एनीथिंग व्हेन यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इनटू से कमर्शियल प्रॉपर्टी, 0.5% रिटर्न पर मंथ should be your target to start with.
All right, all right. I think what I concluded from your verdict is कि 2 घंटे की दूरी है जरूरी.
100%.
Also, now that you've given us a clear perspective of return and investments, I want to know about the tax. How can we save tax using real estate?
Taxation is the place where you save a lot of money. सबसे मेन होता है कि आप जब कोई प्रॉपर्टी ओन करते हो और आपने बेची है वो प्रॉपर्टी, वो पैसा प्रॉपर्टी में ही इन्वेस्ट होना चाहिए. अब वो रेसिडेंशियल प्रॉपर्टी हो तो वो रेसिडेंशियल में ही जानी चाहिए. सो आई वुड इंसिस्ट, दीपाली, whoever is watching this, whenever you are selling anything, the first meeting that you should do should be with your chartered accountant who can actually guide you. One, you save money where on the tax, the long term capital gain or the short term capital gain, whatever you have made, you will save money on that. And the second most saving that you can do is you should always buy your property on loan. You should always go for a housing loan or you should go for a commercial loan. Again, let me repeat, Dipali, it all varies from person to person ke what kind of returns he or she is filing. So I would insist everyone to please consult your CA with your file, because what is for Dipali is not for Chintan, what is for Chintan is not for someone else. It varies from person to person, but taxation benefits are huge, and over the years you save a lot of money if you consider. और जो return of investment होता है उसमें almost एक अच्छा नंबर आपका बढ़ जाएगा अगर आपको टैक्स.
Right, right. So consulting a CA is really very important.
100%.
Also, Chintan, every business, has their own risk, right? It's about the right time we make the move and we get success. But sometimes I think it's about the place as well. It varies from place to place. So if we talk about the market varies from place to place as well. So tell me, what is the nature of market in cities like Mumbai and metro cities especially?
Right. So Dipali, 100% से 10 years बैक अगर ये अपन पॉडकास्ट करते थे तो मेरा ये बोलना होता कि यू हैव टू बी लाइक आपको 10 चीजें, आप एक लॉयर को रखो, आप एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट को रखो, आप एक पुलिस वाले को रखो, आप एक लीगल एडवाइजर को आपके साथ रखो, बिकॉज देयर वर सो मेनी परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन टू फॉल इनटू अ ट्रैप. बट समथिंग वेरी अमेजिंग हैज हैपेंड फॉर इंडिया. इट्स कॉल्ड रियल एस्टेट रेगुलेशन एक्ट, रेरा. सो एवरी प्रोजेक्ट दैट हैज अ रेरा नंबर, आप उसमें ही आप ट्रांजैक्ट कर सकते हो अकॉर्डिंग टू द रेरा एक्ट एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू अ रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर. वंस ही गेट्स द रेरा नंबर लेने के लिए भी देर आर अ लॉट ऑफ एनओसीज, देर आर अ लॉट ऑफ प्लान्स दैट हैव टू बी पास, कोई जाके गवर्नमेंट रेरा नंबर उनको इश्यू करता है. सो वंस यू हैव अ रेरा नंबर तभी आपको इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट दीपाली, ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर बहुत सिंपल हो जाता है टोटलिटी में, क्योंकि रेरा नंबर होगा तभी जाके वो प्रोजेक्ट बेच पाएगा. देन देर इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दीपाली, इज द पेमेंट प्लान, एक्शन लिंक पेमेंट प्लान. मतलब जितना काम हुआ है उतना ही पेमेंट आपको डेवलपर को करना है. नाउ इसमें और एक कैच है, देर आर वेरियस वेज वेयर अकॉर्डिंग टू रेरा इट सेज के प्लिंथ पे आप इतना परसेंटेज पेमेंट ले सकते हो, फोर्थ स्लैब पे इतना ले सकते हो, बट रेरा ने उसको भी डिफाइन कर दिया. तो आई थिंक दीपाली, रेरा हैज मेड लाइफ easy for an investor and also easy for a good real estate developer who wants to make good product. उसका लाइफ काफी स्ट्रीमलाइन हो गया है, क्योंकि जो भी पैसा goes into the RERA account can only be used for the construction of business and for anything to do with that particular business, that particular project. So that has made life easy for the entire ecosystem.
Right, absolutely. And considering the amount of knowledge that you have, I think you have successfully built a career out of this. And you must have also faced some obstacles, hurdles, right? So, and you've also learned from these mistakes and hurdles, right? So, what are the things to be careful while investing?
uh, See, I would say, like, in my personal experience, I feel every experience teaches you, and then you are more cautious. One, secondly, because I am part of, say, Naredco, I am part of Brihan Mumbai Developer Association. There are number of real estate developers who are part of that. So we when we are interacting with so many people, you come to know about 1,000 or 10,000 problems. So वो सब सुन के you become more cautious. You want to give more to your consumers. One, and Dipali, I feel our generation understands the meaning of branding. Our generation understands the meaning of social media. Like today,
Absolutely.
anyone would want to. I go 10 years back, Dipali, अगर कोई Google review डालेगा तो अपने को क्या फर्क पड़ता. But today,
Absolutely.
I genuinely, I'll tell you, all my projects, I make sure my team, I personally, we go through entire Google reviews to understand what is the consumer talking about us. There are
Yes.
few people who genuinely have faced some problem, and the entire ecosystem, शायद अपने पास वो Chinese whispers में वो feedback आया ही ना हो. You're getting it. So I feel now anyone who wants to make a good brand, go for a investment into a property, go for an investment into a brand which actually wants to give back to the consumer. कितना गिव बैक करना है वो आई थिंक वो सेकेंडरी होना चाहिए, पर उसका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड कैसा है, हाउ what kind of quality construction he is making. And I we have spoken in the past, Dipali, that I'm very like driven towards the green construction. आपने देखा रहेगा कि green construction, I feel it is the future. So जैसे अपन बोलते हैं कि when we are buying a petrol car or a diesel car, people have started buying a electric car. वैसे
Electric car,
कंस्ट्रक्शन
yes.
में if you have a chance, it will satisfy your soul, one, and secondly आपके आने वाले जनरेशन को ये.
Right, Chintan. Now, coming to my last question, can you share some tips and tricks to keep in mind before, investing? Like, अभी जैसे हमने बात की कि कौन सी प्रॉपर्टी या इन्वेस्टमेंट का सही समय चूज करने में ही लोगों को काफी टाइम लग जाता है. Can you share some tips?
श्योर. सो दीपाली, उसके लिए मैं और एक चीज बोलूंगा कि YouTube पे मैंने एक वीडियो डाला है, 8 थिंग्स टू नो बिफोर बाइंग अ प्रॉपर्टी. आई वुड इंसिस्ट माई to your viewers to please go through that video. That would actually help, but to make it very short is, one, रेरा नंबर नहीं है तो आपका वो बेस्ट फ्रेंड हो, आपका वो ब्रदर हो, या उसने मीठी मीठी बातें करके आपको कन्विंस कर लिया, विदाउट रेरा नंबर डोंट गिव योर मनी टू एनीवन. क्योंकि जब आप कोई भी प्रोजेक्ट किसी को लोन देता है तो वो इतना सारा लीगल चेकअप करता है. लाइक यू गो फॉर अ लोन फ्रॉम एन HDFC, ICICI or any bank, they would do n number of legal checkups. They would call for so many documents from the real estate developer, and once they are satisfied, they would give the funding. So make sure you are giving you are taking a housing loan. Third, Dipali, the most important thing is you have to visit that particular property in daytime, during the lunch time, evening time, और रात को, एंड अलग अलग डेज पे. बिकॉज जो आपको मंडे को लगा था, वो वेडनेसडे के दिन अगर वहां पे समझो कुछ एक मार्केट प्लेस रहेगा और आपको लगेगा अरे इधर तो मैं रह ही नहीं पाऊंगा. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, you only take decision once the entire family is convinced. Make sure the entire family is visiting that place. और दीपाली, ये चीज मैंने भी पर्सनली किया है पास्ट में, और मेरे हर दोस्तों को मैं बोलता हूँ, whenever you are planning to buy a house or an office, if you have a chance, you should always rent that particular apartment or an office for at least 1 or 2 years. That will make you super confident about your investment. You will totally understand कि whether or not ये आपके लिए एक सही इन्वेस्टमेंट होगा कि नहीं. क्योंकि आज हम लोग कोई भी इन्वेस्टमेंट रियल एस्टेट में करते हैं, इट्स फॉर अ डेकेड, इट्स फॉर एटलीस्ट 10 years. और वो 10 साल का अगर आपको सेटिस्फैक्शन नहीं मिल रहा है वो 2 सालों में, तो शायद ये प्रॉपर्टी आपके लिए है ही नहीं. यू शुड गो फॉर समथिंग एल्स. और बाकी तो यार मतलब देयर आर पीपल, दीपाली, जो 5 साल से घर ढूंढ रहे बट दे डोंट एंड अप, तो थोड़ा पुश आपको खुद को करना है, क्योंकि एक पॉइंट तक आप रेंट भरोगे. आज बैंकिंग इज सो बुलिश, लाइक जैसे मैंने बोला था कि स्टॉक मार्केट, रियल एस्टेट और एक इंडस्ट्री है जो बूम कर रहा है, वो है बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री. वी आर स्टिल गेटिंग मनी एट अ वेरी गुड रेट, एंड वो जो आपका रियल एस्टेट में ग्रो करेगा वो अलग लेवल का होगा. सो ऑलवेज गो फॉर बाइंग अ प्रॉपर्टी रेदर देन रेंटिंग अ प्रॉपर्टी.
All right. Chintan, I think through this conversation, you just busted the bubble of investing in real estate. And it really helped me. And so is the viewers watching. I think we would not have that much of knowledge about real estate until and unless someone, tell us about it. So I think I really appreciate you for taking the time out and, sorting all of these doubts and answering all of my questions. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Dipali.
All right. That's it for me, guys. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel, Millennium Times.